Hey guys, looking for an experienced, reliable electrical company in Arizona? Well, look no further than Algen Electric. With 27 years of experience, they offer top-notch services for both commercial and residential clients. They have a team of expert electricians that are based out of Payson, but serve the Rim Country and its surroundings. They pride themselves on providing exceptional customer service and ensuring that your electrical needs are met efficiently and effectively. How do I know this, you ask? Because they came down to my podcast studio and hooked me up. So contact them today and schedule your appointment and experience the Algen Electric difference. You can call them at 602 703 5855. That's 602 703 5855. Or you can also check them out on the web at alganelc.com. That's ALGANELC.com.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Out for the
Nice to be in orbit.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy, Mr. Mikey V, and as always, Revelation Rob. What up, Rob? How you doing?
What up? What going on, Mikey V? I'm doing great today. It's a nice
Hell yeah.
Sunday. Ready to get my chat box on. Talk about some what the fuck are we talking about? Project Bluebeam.
Oh shit! What the fuck? Some alien shit, bro.
Alien shit today for y'all.
Hell yeah. Well, I got my where's your tinfoil hat? I was gonna say I got my gray hat. I almost said tinfoil hat.
Yeah. My head's too big for a tinfoil hat.
Yeah. What the fuck, America? What is up with Project Bluebeam? Well, I don't know. I started seeing some shit into this fucking into all this information that they're putting out there about this thing. Rob's got a video that we're gonna watch and get into later. And we're just gonna kind of see what the fuck it is. Like, what is it, and question and start to get into really, because I never heard about it before.
I've heard about it. I've heard about it for years. And it kind of just goes into everything that I kind of have a belief about myself, like just all the evidence that's leading up. If you tie everything together, you'll see that they're kind of gonna stage some sort of event, if it's Jesus Christ coming back or an alien invasion with holographic technology. You know what I'm saying? And it's basically like that. It's basically like I know you guys have seen on YouTube or some videos of like the gymnasium where the kids are all in the gymnasium, and then like the well comes out of the ground and looks like it's splashing onto the ground, and it looks like all real. Have you not seen those?
I haven't seen. I mean, I guess I've seen like things like that. I haven't seen that particular video, but I seen how
it looked like it looked like just a huge well coming off the gymnasium floor, like the floor was the water.
Yeah,
it just came out, jumped in the air and splat. I mean, and it's like you can see the shock on the kids. They're like, "Whoa!" because it looked real and it's hologram, dude, and it's just in the air, like it's crazy. So they got the technology. They've been had this years ago. So imagine how good it is today, and they got the technology to project anything they want.
I heard that they were going to use a hologram. Didn't they use a hologram of Tupac at like
at a concert,
or something like that?
Yeah, at a concert. So they did it, I think, with him and with Biggie, and it looked like Pac was really on stage. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it was a
that's
little
how.
fuzzy and weird, but like,
Yeah,
I think
but
probably better now.
yeah, I think they don't never show us the full technology like how we did the Chat GPT and the Open AI show a couple
Right.
weeks back. Like they give us what they want us to use. You know what I'm saying? Like there's more levels to that technology that they keep secret, and it's the same with the holographic technology. You know what I'm saying? They got shit that looks 10 times real. You know, and they're gonna portray these in our skies and get the masses to be scared basically and go into a one world government. Have you heard of the BRICS nations?
The what?
The BRICS nations.
BRICS nations. No.
Mm-hmm. It's some shit I just learned about, but it's been around for a while, and it's basically all these nations, different nations coming together, and it's basically like what America is like the bully of the world, and the dollar is worth nothing really. You know what I'm saying? Basically, it's like what America does is say you got a restaurant, right? And I go in and eat a fucking porterhouse steak and just order up some shit, $100 worth of shit, but I'm paying you in fake cash, like not even real American dollars, like it's counterfeit money. That's basically what America is doing to the rest of the world, because we don't even like really grow our own food or get our own supplies or our own oil. We get it from all these other
Everywhere else.
nations. Yeah, but we're paying them with this paper money that the feds just keep printing off that ain't worth shit anymore. So these nations are getting tired of it, and they formed this thing called the BRICS nation, which includes China, Iran, Russia, like even South America, or not. Yeah, I think South America's in it.
Yeah, all the
South
hostile fucking
Africa.
countries that
Well,
don't want to fuck with us.
well, that's the thing. It's not that no, because Mexico's thinking about they're on the brink of joining, and if they do, that's going to change a lot of shit for North America once Mexico joins. But Argentina, all them, like even Australia's thinking about joining. It's a whole lot of nations right now, and all they're doing, man, really is they know that America is ripping them off basically. So they're wanting to go to a different currency. They're doing trade, and it's all about everybody's equal. It's supposed to be equal. It's like they're kind of good, and what it makes us look like is the bully of the world. Like everybody's trying to get out of the Western type of living and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's I don't see any other way to live. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are
Well,
we gonna
what
do? We're gonna
basically,
switch. We're gonna switch to fucking socialism. We're gonna switch
well,
to
basically,
communism.
no. See, that's the thing. Basically, it's where everybody's equal, and the money. It's I guess it's based off of like real assets and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like real goods and gold and silver and stuff like that, and not
Yeah, like
basically a fake
actual,
paper. Yeah, they're wanting to go back to a like the
like
gold.
a trade type of a
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. Like, which is good though. It's actually a good
I
thing.
think
I
that's
can't really.
better because then you could really define your skill set and be like, well, like I'm a good carpenter and I can help my neighbor build a fence or build a house or build a shed or build whatever the fuck a structure, because I have the knowledge on how to build a structure, and maybe my neighbor has the knowledge on how to grow things, and he can grow me a fucking fruit tree or
Exactly.
uh, you know, berries, or you know what I mean? Like, and then there's ways to kind of like trade your work out, like trade work.
Exactly. Exactly. And the real assets are like, land and gold and like, diamonds and shit like that. And not just the paper, you know what I'm saying? Because like they took the American dollar off the gold back standard, you know what I'm saying? That's what made it worth something, because it had gold backing it up. But now our money doesn't have anything backing it up. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the these nations are getting hip, and they're hip to it that, dude, we're the what is it 30 trillion in debt or something, or we will be soon. I don't know what the numbers is right now, but
It's
it's too
insane.
much.
I remember
it's too
when they
much to
were
pay back.
I remember when they were talking about fucking what was it called? We were like a $2 trillion in debt, and like that was unheard
That was
of and
big. Yeah.
unseen.
Now we're
And
and
here we
this
are.
number just keeps doubling and doubling, and
Right.
they can never pay it back, and countries know that, dude. And most of the stuff is bought. I can't remember what they call it. Some type of bonds that it's basically like every time when somebody takes out a loan,
Right.
you know, it's like they're printing more money to give, but it's the money's not backed by anything. You know, they're just printing as much money as they want. It's not fucking backed by anything. Eventually, this shit's all gonna catch up and all crumble down. That's why all these banks are starting to fail.
I'm trying to find.
Everybody's so healthy.
There was this dude named Joseph Spencer, and he had an interview in 1989, and he was talking about. He straight up said, "What's going to happen is they're going to stage an alien invasion in the year 2024."
That's crazy. And he said that in 1989.
Yeah,
I'd love to see that.
That's why I'm trying to find the
They
interview.
probably took it down.
Yeah, it's like, because I mean, it literally said Joseph Spencer 1989, and he was talking about it, and like this should be the first thing that pops up, but it's not.
Well, don't put interview, just put 1989. What was the interview about?
It was just a clip it. I don't even know. Like, he was just talking. It was just like, you could tell because it said Joseph Spencer interview 1989 on the little in the screen above his head. You know, like it was like somebody put words or text over the screen, you know what I mean? And put Joseph Spencer interview 1989. And he was like, well, what they're going to do is they're going to create alien invasion. They're going to say that mass motherships are going to blanket the skies, and fighter jets will be fighting with them, and he said, in the snap of a finger, we're going to turn to a one world government. See, what does this say right here? Hold on, bro. Okay,
Yeah,
so I tapped on this.
Presidents of the United States. Then I had that video. Yeah, right there. Read that. Or that's the video. We'll read it.
It says, in 1954, President of the United States Dwight Eisenhower signed the so-called Grenadines contract. Grenadines contract.
Yeah.
With the alien race of Greys in exchange for receiving alien technology. The Greys, according to the contract, can kidnap a certain number of people for research. The contract includes the agreement that humans must not know about the existence of the alien race. There are 1,477 underground alien bases on Earth where they conduct experiments on humans. Every year, at least 8 million children go missing around the world, and eyewitness at least a third being abducted by government agents and taken to any of the 1,400 underground military facilities on the planet and imprisoned for the rest of their lives. Children are subject to biological and genetic experiments discerned not by human scientists but gray aliens. He claims to have witnessed many of these procedures and says that no anesthetic was used. The screams of children being tortured all day long were heard in the corridors. Some died. Some died and were cremated. In 1994, a secret summit had been held in which 160 countries had participated and all agreed that the human population was getting out of control. Natural resources were being depleted and the population should be reduced to 800 million by 2030. They are already doing this by using high doses of fluoride in the drinking water in all towns and cities around the world. Its effects on adults are debilitating, and children causes slow neurological development. Also, the presence of laboratory designed diseases, one of them being the HIV immunodeficiency virus and the Spanish influenza virus. The first step of the spread was in 2017. Another method to make people sick is the use of chemtrail in the skies all over the planet with gas lines that fall to the earth where toxins are released, which make humans sick and are spread daily in every region of the world.
This shit.
Since the early 1950s, scientists have developed holographic technology. Joseph Spencer learned of plans that exist in the near future. In 2024, an alien invasion will take place on Earth, but in fact, the Earth's inhabitants will see in the sky not an armada of real ships, but a very advanced hologram of what looks like a real object that can even be touched. Joseph Spencer, as a result, a single world government will be created and none of the people will rise against it. It will lead the surviving people into the new world of total control.
And that's basically Project Bluebeam. There's a link I sent in the chat if you want to click on that, and it explains what Project Bluebeam is and what that guy's seen. So it's crazy how he had that tech or that info back in 1989, and they've had this staged and building us up with all these Hollywood movies of aliens and alien invasions and stuff. All this has been prepping us for when this goes down, and I believe it's going to happen. I've been waiting on it because it's weird how all this UFO shit's been going on this year, right? With the weather balloons, the UFO shit, and now I did see something on the news where they're saying that the scientists are saying there's a mothership in our solar system, which is kind of odd. So this mothership is here. So what's going to happen next year? You know what I'm saying? In 2024. So yeah, go ahead and play that video.
66 sightings have been investigated since 2021.
No, they're lying. It's Project Bluebeam.
Yeah, Project Bluebeam explained. So this is what they're gonna do, man. It's really gonna be fake holograms and shit, but it's gonna fool the masses of the people.
This right here, Serge Monast,
there's real aliens. That's
journalist
what's gonna
who
bring
first tried to warn us about Project Bluebeam. And I want you to read very carefully what he's saying in French.
So for all you listening out there, right now there's a caption that's on the screen that's being read in English.
Sound familiar? This stuff doesn't come out of nowhere, folks, but we've been covering it. We've been trying to warn you people about it. It's a multi-step process to enslave humanity.
Le contrôle direct des individus via satellite.
That's right. They want to control us with satellites. Thank you, Serge, but he can't hear me. They killed him with a heart attack back in '96. And by the way, all these comments on this video are in French, so I don't know what the hell they're saying. Hey, speak American, you little pussies. So yeah, Serge was right about that. And so was I, by the way. So with that in mind, let's take a look at the 4 steps that comprise Project Bluebeam. Step 1, destroy religion. Yep, that's right. The NWO's first agenda is going to be eradicate all religions. How are they going to do that? Well, I got Serge Monast's article right here, so let's see what the man himself has to say. They're going to do it by using engineered earthquakes and hoax discoveries. Sound familiar? And what are they going to use these earthquakes for? Well, let me read Serge's own words here. The first step in the NASA Bluebeam project concerns the breakdown of all archaeological knowledge. It deals with the setup with artificially created earthquakes at certain precise locations on the planet, supposedly new discoveries, which will finally explain to all people the error of all fundamental religious doctrines. That's right.
See, that's crazy because I get a lot of stuff in my feed about like all the new stuff that archaeological people are finding these days, you know, like new discoveries. They're just like, you know, because of technology, and I'm sure that's true. At some point, that's probably true that they are discovering more shit because, you know, we are getting better with technology. There's things where we're making things easier to find, you know, we dig deeper, we go further. But it's just crazy because now it just seems like an explosion. Like when and maybe it wasn't me paying attention enough, but like I feel like when I was younger, you learned about history in school and from documentaries and things like that, and reading books that were already published and printed out there. And it seems like nowadays they just come up with brand new ways to refute things that have been in books for like years. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, well, the government is the one that, you know, it's all in control of our school systems.
well, like
So,
when you think about, like, because I ask my kids all the time, I ask them, you know, what they learn in school, and I try to compare it to the things that I've learned in school, you know, to see what has changed, to see what's different. And honestly, what's crazy is that everything is different, like not in terms of like certain things, but just the way they're being taught is different. Like they don't even learn some of the shit. Like I asked them about World War II. They're sophomore and freshman. I asked them questions about World War II. They have no idea about it. They don't know about it. They don't teach them not much about it. They teaching them like things that are happening now, like things that they need to know now. Like, you know, obviously we needed to learn math and science and how to write and stuff like that so we could do things now. It wasn't always about history in school, but when they go to a history class and I ask them what they learned in it, they can't tell me. They're like, oh, haven't talked about that yet. And I'm like, you guys haven't talked about World War II? You're almost 2 years from graduating high school and y'all haven't talked about World War II? Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
Like,
crazy. Yeah, it's all, but they teach us or the kids it's like they're brainwashed into a program. Like they don't even teach them the real world, like to survive, like how to, you know what I'm saying?
right.
Fill out a resume or get a damn job, or you know what I'm
None of
saying?
it.
Like how
What
to
they're
earn
teaching
money or
them,
start a business or.
well, it's crazy because I think it's because, you know, our age and our generation, we were the transitional, you know, like we went from knowing an older type of a lifestyle versus this new, more technological lifestyle. You know what I mean? And now kids
Yeah.
these days, when they're born and they're
Going
growing
right
up, they're
into this
just
technology.
born. Yeah, they're just born onto the grid. Like this
Yeah.
is where you started from the beginning of time. So like for them, it's not gonna be like a weird change or a weird shift in their realities because, you know, they're already born into technology. You know what I mean? We weren't born into technology, so we're not seeing it that way. We're seeing it like, okay, things are shifting, things are changing, but is it for the good? And are they using this for the good? Because you
I
can
don't
see,
think so. They never intended to, and I don't believe they will. But go ahead and play the clip.
go ahead and play.
I want to hear
They
this
want to
guy.
rewrite religion
Back to
because
you,
the religious
Rob.
are the most immune to propaganda. That's why you got to separate them from the herd, make them feel like an outsider so that when the final days of the whole plan come together, ain't too many of them left. That's why they don't make Disney movies with perfect little princesses anymore. That's right, they're all a bunch of gay whores now. And it's all part of indoctrinating the youth, making them trust a system as they grow up that's only built to control them. Why Roald Dahl books are being changed and play.
From Charlie and the Chocolate Factory to Matilda, Roald Dahl's books are some of the most well-known books in the world. But now, some of the words in his stories are set to change.
It's brainwashing.
You see, Puffin Books, the publisher of Roald Dahl's stories, has announced it's going to be tweaking some of the words in them moving forward.
It's hired something called sensitivity readers, whose job it is to read the entire book and mark out anything that's deemed to be offensive by today's standards.
That's what I'm talking about. That's a real-life example of what I'm saying.
For example, in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Augustus Gloop being described as fat will be changed to enormous.
Yeah, well, someone needs to sensitivity read that sensitivity reader, because calling a fat person enormous is still pretty offensive.
And gender-neutral language
right?
will be used to describe
Right?
them.
Hold on, bro.
That might be
Hold
worse.
on.
Will not.
Fuck on. How the
That might
are
be
you-
worse.
right? Like you're gonna call
Right?
a fat person enormous? Like
Enormous?
Instead of calling you
Hey,
fat, I'll
man,
just call
you're
you
not- you're-
enormous.
Yeah, you're enormous, man. Like you're enormously large. You're enormous. Like that doesn't make
Dude,
sense.
that's fucked up.
Let anything
That's
go.
There are
fucked
also
up.
some instances where entirely new lines are being added.
I don't even understand why liberals be okay with this. They love books.
When I was little, I also liked the Roald Dahl books, and if we change the words, we won't remember what the original words were.
That's right, little girl, you won't. Soon enough, all of us are going to be questioning our memories.
That's
But one
what I
thing
mean.
they can't change is this comment I'm about to leave, where I spill the truth all over the place. Oh, shit. They turned the comments off. Cowards! Well, you know, this is a show about leaving online comments, so I got to leave a comment somewhere. I'm just going to pick a video at random. Yeah, that'll work. You people need to open your goddamn eyes. This is all part of Project Bluebeam Step 1, where they rewrite history and destroy religion. They want you to believe Jesus Christ was a girl boss who fought beside Captain Marvel against the Romans. We have already lost so many to the siren's call of the New World Order. Just look at what they did to Scooby-Doo and Buzz Lightyear. Next thing you know, we're gonna wake up one day and suddenly have the full knowledge and know-how to give a perfect blowjob, correctly stroking the shaft as we wrap our tongue around the glands, warming our hands before we massage the balls. That's what they want our kids to learn. Just open the latest edition of James and the Giant Peach, where the new ending is James turning the Peach into an all-ages drag bar surrounded by armed Antifa members twerking in tandem to the Hamilton soundtrack. I'm sick of it. Shakira, those hips might not lie, but you know what does? The globalists. The globalist means Jews. And post. Step 2. Holograms.
You just say the
speaking of
globalist
in
means
demonic
Jews?
possession. That's
Holy
right. Step
fuck.
2 is a
Who
doozy,
is this
folks.
guy?
It's a big one.
Who the fuck is this guy? Do you know who he is?
No, but I'm trying to see what he's going to talk about.
Hold on, I want to see who the fuck this guy is, bro. Because he's
He got some
crazy.
million subscribers. Subscribe to him.
Let's see, internet with
Comment
Erik.
with Erik.
This guy is insane, bro. Like, what the fuck? He said the Jews.
Now, Serge Monass was a smart man. He's much smarter than myself. Maybe that's why I'm having such a hard time understanding what he meant when he wrote this. There are two different aspects of Step 2. The first is the space show. Where does space show come from? The space show, the holographic images, will be used in a simulation of the ending during which all nations will be shown scenes that will be the fulfillment of that which they desire to verify the prophecy's adversary events. These will be projected from satellites onto the sodium layer about 60 miles above the Earth. We see tests every once in a while, but they are called UFOs and flying saucers sightings. Any of that sound familiar?
This morning, questions after more unidentified objects are discovered over U.S. and Canadian airspace. According to a senior administration official, this latest object was in the shape of an octagon, unmanned, and traveling near sensitive sites at an altitude of 20,000 feet.
They know that these so-called balloon UFOs are just part of the programming. Mainstream media has always been part of the plan, and I got the documents to prove it. And by documents, I of course mean a bunch of Yahoo News articles that had my assistant print out. The UFO shoot-downs show the hardest part of discovering alien life may be announcing it. Here's how NASA might break the news. Do you not see, people? This is all conditioning. It's programming. They're getting you ready for something. What is it? Ask yourself. Ask questions. What's this next article? This next article is called What's Up with the UFOs? Where's the rest of it? Hang on a second. Is this just a video? Frank, did you print out a video? I can't play that. All right, fuck it. I'll do it on the laptop. Wasting my paper.
There's going to be some information I think we're going to get in the next couple of years. If you listen to talk radio, especially to Coast AM, they're all talking about the fact that, you know, we're going to get this information, declassify the information.
See, folks, there it is. You'd have to be crazy not to believe in UFOs, right?
But we're going to learn a lot more.
But do you think the American public or the world public is ready for something like that? Because it challenges everything they know. If there is life out of there, we're supposed to be the only intelligent life because God created us. Then it brings into question God.
Senator, I'm just saying it out loud.
I really think the public
That's what I mean.
See how they're conditioned? Like they just, it's all bullshit, man.
Right. I don't know, man. Like that like you could totally say that on one hand, this is something feasible, like something that could possibly happen and they could possibly pull off. But at the same time, it's like why though? Like what?
Because they said it, even Ronald Reagan said it. The only thing that's going to bring they want to bring us to a one world government, a one world system. The only thing that's going to do that is an outside threat from an alien race or alien species. So they're going to stage the attack.
Funny how they always bring that up too, like when they talk about aliens, or like if UFOs make it into the mainstream media, they always seem to bring that clip up too. Like it's like they always remind you of what he said.
What he said, exactly, because that's what they want. So when it does happen and everybody sees these holograms in the sky and they think it's real, it's going to frighten most of the masses. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to automatically want the government to protect them. So when this happens, it's what they call, they give them the problem and the solution. You know what I'm saying? So they cause the problem, they stage this fake event, and then the people are begging the government to protect them. So what do? Well, in order for us to protect you, we're going to have to go into this one world system where we're all connected and united, blah, 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 underneath one government. Everybody's going to sign on.
Right.
Because they're not only going to stage the holograms, they're going to be up in the air forever, dude. Like every day you walk out, you're going to see these motherships and shit just floating in the air. And then
but we're just supposed to just live normal life like that. Like we're just gonna walk around and be like,
it's gonna be military in the streets everywhere, and that's when they're gonna be able to implement the FEMA camps and all this other shit. And people who aren't rocking with the New World Order, you're getting thrown in the camps at this time, and everybody else is gonna be underneath, the government, living the one world order in their system and getting the stamp and the mark or whatever it is, the mark of the beast.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But see, and then they're also going to stage the like, oh, we shot one down, this is what they look like, and they're going to show us what these aliens look like. And when they do that, that's when the people are really going to be terrified, because they're going to look crazy. They're either going to be lizards or they're going to be the grays. And they're going to actually
show us
be a lot
of far religious groups that are going to have problems with this.
Oh, don't worry, they're building camps for those people.
They're destigmatizing this, is what they're doing. And I found that interesting in that report that was just re-released last month.
Ugh, I feel like I got goblin slime all over me from watching that. Be gone, demons. Maybe closer to answering that question. Look at this sheep. I better reply to him. And commenting on this article has ended. Well, that's 2 in a row. They must be afraid of the truth. Well, it's a good thing this same exact video also exists on YouTube.
Then it brings into question God.
We got any more brainwashed idiots in here? What's this say? Nitric acid should be kept at home and turned off. Air conditioners and heating systems. The following schools and all classes and activities are canceled for tomorrow, 2/21/23. Well, that's an MK Ultra activation code if I've ever seen one. I better reply. Shut the fuck up, you NASA Fed. I know you want to crawl up my butt and lay your satanic eggs, but tough titties, because Paul Joseph Watson taught me a neat trick where you leave a tampon in your ass all day to fend off goblin attacks. World's waking up, you piece of shit. And Yahoo Post. Now, I know there may still be some non-believers out there thinking that the government would never use hologram technology to replace God. But then how do you explain this?
Yeah, look at that shit, bro. Crazy.
They're already doing
that shit. Look like a real angel demon looking thing. I seen that video, bro.
What is that video?
It's online. It's on YouTube, dude. That shit looks
If you
crazy,
listen real
bro.
hard, you might be able to hear some people in the background. And,
that shit
hey,
looks
they're buying
scary,
it hook,
real.
line, and Jesus.
I have seen many visions of the face of Jesus Christ in clouds and in other objects. His face is very pure and loving. Many of these visions occurred when I was going through difficult times. Jesus loves us all very much. All praise be to the Lord.
Yeah, check this out. I got another YouTube account. It's called Lord Almighty Official. If the NWO can pretend to be God, why can't I? Listen, stupid, those are holograms. I'm the real God, and I'm gonna hit you with a bus if you don't repent and forsake this false idol. Also, Venmo me $500. Link is in my bio. Sincerely, real God. And reply. Bluebeam technology at work. Project Bluebeam.
Yeah, he really be doing that.
This dude is savage, bro.
LMG, I want to see him IRL. I miss him so much.
That's real cute coming from a federal agent pretending to be a stroke victim. Stop taking pictures of my house. Reply to that stupid bitch. But as you can see for yourself, there are some people who are starting to wake up. You hear that, George Soros? Just take a look at some of my woke allies. From Brett Flat Earther, Book of Revelation, Watcher, Anti-Q Truther. What is that, Polish? The fake alien invasion is soon for their NWO. The flat earthers know about the firmament dome and won't be deceived by this worldwide 9/11 false flag. Repost IG at Brian.ava. What an amazing time to be alive. Come Lord Jesus. Hashtag Project Bluebeam. Hashtag deception. Hashtag lies. Hashtag Jesus. Hashtag the end is near. Yeah, he's got it all confused. Let me just clear this up. No, dickhead, it's real simple. Project Bluebeam does mean it's a fake alien invasion, but also a fake Jesus invasion too. They want you to worship their Jesus hologram so they can destroy religion. Also, the earth isn't flat. 9/11 was the Saudis. Get it straight so you don't look stupid. And clear that up. All right, now let's hear
Step 3, telepathic electronic two-way communication.
It's a very confusing name, but I guess, you know what, I'm just gonna read it. If it is possible to feed artificial thought into the multigenic field via satellite, the mind control of the entire planet is now possible. I mean, why not just call step 3 mind control? I don't know. Once again, it is wise to consider how television, advertising, modern education, and various types of social pressure are used to manipulate those boundaries. Now, come on, I know that sounds familiar. They're controlling us through the media, the Hollywood elite, the internet. Oh, the internet. The internet's full of Bluebeam technology. Just look at TikTok.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, President Biden. In the last video, you saw that Trump attempted to grief my Minecraft house, but he wasn't prepared for the surprise that was waiting for him. In today's video, I'm going to try to get a little payback in by griefing Trump's house. I went into creative mode and gave myself some TNT to blow Trump's house the fuck up.
Yeah, this deepfake technology is definitely part of the brainwashing. It's to make you question everything you see going on, every voice you hear. It's to make sure that at no point in time are you sure whether what's happening is real. Because of this.
Yo, Joe, how do you think Trump is going to react when he sees his house is destroyed?
I think he's going to call me sleepy for the 100th fucking time.
Is this real?
I see, it's already working. And when they're not destroying the fabric of our reality, you know what they're doing? They're distracting the most important people of our society. Next time you go to a hospital, folks, take a look around. You're going to be wondering, where's all the staff gone? Well, I'll tell you where they're gone. They're doing this shit. Folks, we're losing nurses left and right to these neurotransmitting satellites that make them want to stop helping patients and just dance. 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 Yeah, you won't be dancing when I...
Bro, this guy is fucking nuts.
Off the chain, bro.
He's they're
keeping
all
it real,
doing
though.
this.
Keeping
And that's
it real,
so true.
though.
That's why I hate fucking TikTok. I'm glad that they're talking
trying
about
to ban
banning
that shit. They
I'm
need to ban
so
TikTok,
glad.
bro, because everybody's on that
Ban
shit.
TikTok.
Dude, I took it off my phone because I caught myself scrolling on it and was just getting addicted, just scrolling through the motherfucker. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
It's
but
like-
it's the same as anything else, right?
Exactly.
It's the same as fucking Facebook. It's the same as
Facebook.
fucking Instagram. You're scrolling and just
Snapchat.
scrolling through videos, right? I mean, what's the difference? Because one is owned by China.
That's what they're trying to say, because obviously China, dude, we're not, you know.
I mean,
what I'm saying?
they're our adversary, but like,
Yeah, but they can get the data of any you know what I'm saying, American, and they can do anything to that. To
my thing is
they could chime into the cameras, and the Chinese government can spy on anybody in America.
Right.
Do that app if they wanted to.
But see, that's all they're gonna see is people dancing and people doing stupid shit and scrolling through their phone.
Yeah,
That's
but
the data that they're scooping up. But the thing is what they're learning about that is that people are unaware, and this is how they get to know. Like, this is how they develop like the
ads,
information.
dude.
Well,
Yeah,
this is how they develop the information to know what people are thinking
and what they want,
and
what
where
would be the
where
best
they're
products to
at,
put in their face,
where they're
like,
at in their thought process to you know what I mean? Like so the Chinese will scoop up all this data and they just look at it and they're like, Americans are stupid. Look at them. They just dance.
Yeah.
They just fucking show their food. They just fucking, you know, pull pranks
that's
on
exactly what
people.
they're thinking. But I mean,
And you
I
know,
don't know.
and China's TikTok is way different. Like if you
Well, they don't even have they don't have TikTok. They have a thing called I was just
No,
thinking
they
about
have
it, which is
TikTok.
crazy. No, well, they do, but it's through We app or something they call it, and everything is connected to that one app, bro. Like everything. I just seen a documentary on this, and like everything they do, like all the payments, buy, sell, trade, everything, the chat, date, like everything is through WeChat, I think is what they call it. And
Yeah.
there's different apps inside of WeChat. Like all their companies have to go through WeChat in China, dude. Like it's crazy as hell. It's like one app taking over the whole fucking world.
The difference also is apparently when you look through China's version of TikTok versus America's version of TikTok, China's version of TikTok has like scientific and like mathematical videos, like kids solving problems, kids doing experiments, kids like they're still doing they're still doing things, but they're not doing mindless things like the American TikTok where it's just people dancing or someone getting pranked, or you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm sure they do have some of that out there, but like a majority of it is more along the lines of like learning and shit like that. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but the whole thing about it is, man, is where these kids are just stuck and glued and just bent down, looking at their phones.
Well, that's what I mean, and they will never.
And there's nothing really too like really educational.
Well, not educational at all. And what happens is when the time comes when they need to set the phone down and fight for their fucking land and put it down, they're not going to be able to. They're not going to be able to.
They're going to have to search TikTok first to figure out.
Oh, that stuff will be gone. You know, like all that shit will get interrupted, and you won't have a phone to look. You won't have nothing to search. You'll only have your know-how and the skills that you learn in life. You know what I mean? Like how to build a fire, how to fucking make shelter, how to
and it's
get
like
food.
All they're looking at is the entertainment,
is the entertainment aspect. That's what their whole life is based around. And that's what I mean by those kids that are growing up and being born now, that are just being born onto the grid. That's what they're going to be born into, and they won't know what it's like to live, you know, without a actual house, you know, like because they don't go camping, they don't go and do these things that humans, you know, normally did.
Go in there with an impacted colon because I spent the whole week eating Percocets and Costco cheese wheels.
Fucking guys.
Post. Yeah, I'm just doing my best to deprogram these lost souls, but we can't save everyone, folks. No. Not when every algorithm on the planet keeps leading us down a road of distractions and false prophets such as this man.
I recently bought a very expensive car. Too expensive. I'm an idiot. I bought a Bugatti, and when I was at the Bugatti dinner...
You know, I simply can't trust a man that's got more than one accent.
Like, they have no respect for anything. So if you don't respect something, you can't value anything.
If he saw value in sex-trafficked women, does that mean he also respected them? Because that's the kind of simp behavior that gets me to unsub and postmates.com. All right, well, yeah, that was step 3. It was the final step. Step 4, universal supernatural manifestations via electronics. Couldn't be simpler than that, folks. The final step, the grand finale in the NWO's Project Bluebeam plan is none other than universal supernatural manifestations via electronics. I mean, it speaks for itself. Obviously, we all know what that means. We, you know, we're smart. We get it. But that said, I'm still going to have to... I'm just going to watch a YouTube video about it.
The fourth and final step of Operation Bluebeam involves making humanity think an alien invasion is about to occur at every major city in the world.
Wait, I thought that was step 2.
The movie Independence Day was the first to forward this notion along with Battle Los Angeles, and many others.
Well, you know what? Honestly, I got no idea what the fuck this guy's talking about. He's using a robot voice. For all I know, this is another federal agent trying to sow doubt among the community. So I'm just going to read what Sergey said here. According to many reports we have received, we believe it will begin with some kind of worldwide economic disaster. Not a complete crash, but enough to allow them to introduce some kind of in-between currency before they introduce their electronic cash to replace all paper or plastic money.
And we're coming to that point
and
right
that's
now.
where we're at. That's where we're at right now, because the banks are going down. Well, not the banks, I shouldn't say that. A couple of banks are going down. But there's actually, like, I've gone to places now, probably, and I've been noticing it probably in the last year, where when I go to places, like, there's places that won't accept cash, that I have to have a card.
Yeah.
So if you're a person that doesn't have a bank account, that doesn't have a credit card, and it's funny because, like, I get ads on the Facebook for my kids, like, you know, for kids to have credit cards. Like, you know, there are ads about getting your kid like a Chime type of a setup.
Yeah, my son already has one that, and then he gets like paid through Cash App or something through his job, like through so the jobs are implementing, you know, like Bojangles and you know, those little like Wendy's and stuff like that. They're implementing paying them straight through debit card and
through
stuff,
these
so
apps and stuff like that. So then you don't even need cash anymore. You don't even need something that you could actually physically hold. You have to have either a phone, which is a tracking device in all aspects, you know, and they could track you, you know, whether
track
they're
everything. It's all gonna be digital, man. That's what they're.
But that's what I mean.
That's what they're doing right now. They have to reset the dollar. That's why the feds are still hiking the rates. These banks are going down. More banks will continue to go down, and people are going to start doing bank runs, man. Once they find out that these banks are failing, they're going to start pulling all their money out, and then it's going to be a point where these banks are going to cut them off, and they're not even going to have the money to let them get, you know, the like real cash, because a lot of these banks don't even hold. Like, say if you put $100,000 in the bank, they might keep maybe like 10 grand of it, but then they're going to ship the rest of it out and loan it out and do whatever with it. So they don't even hold all the cash in the banks. So a lot of people are going to start doing these bank runs, and that's when shit's going to really hit the fan, because people aren't going to be able to pull their money out. Then that's going to start riots and, you know what I'm saying, uprisings and shit like that.
It's going to create chaos. And
but what they need to do, they have to reset the currency, dude.
But I feel like that's what's happening right now, you know?
Because they're doing it slowly.
Yeah, because like literally, like I said, it's getting to a point where you either have to have a credit card, and now it's even going further than that. Like now, you know, they're coming out with like Apple Pay and you know, the credit cards where you can just
everything's
touch,
in your,
like you don't have to swipe it no more. You don't have to.
No.
You know what I mean? Like all
well,
that.
Guess
stuff
what
is
that
going
leads
away.
to? When they implement the New World Order, after they do this fake alien invasion, they're gonna stamp everybody with a damn chip. So the chip is gonna have everything, all your information.
I think that's just what the phone is. I think that's what the phone is.
The phone is.
Everybody now has a phone, and you're never gonna not have to have your phone ever from here on out. Just it.
Yeah, like it's crazy because
everybody
they condition us with the phones, and then they're gonna start putting it inside of us. The phones, the technology, it's all gonna be inside of us. Like you'll be able to talk on your hand. You know what I'm saying? You don't need.
You have the Apple Watch.
Yeah, the Apple Watch. Yeah, like they're getting us conditioned and prepped for all this, and I think they're really ramping it up right now with the alien shit, and I think by next year they might try to really bring these little holographic shit in the sky, dude. Well, it's gonna be fucking
that's
wild.
That's what you gotta watch out for. This is
and guess what? It's all a show, man. It's all smoke and mirrors.
This is what
it's all
the
a show.
Information is for.
And they have the technology to do it.
So you got to question yourself, like, you know, is this what's really happening? If shit like this starts popping up, this is just something you got to keep in the back of your mind. Is all.
Oh, does that sound familiar? Now, folks, if this is the first you're hearing about Project Bluebeam, I can understand if it sounds a little crazy to you. It's a lot to take in, I know. But just know that it's supposed to sound crazy. That's what they want. That's how they keep you from getting to the truth. They might even send your own family after you, but just do what I say. Believe in it harder. Believe in it as hard as you can, and never give up on that belief. Your family, your friends, if they call you crazy, that's even more reason to just keep believing, hide it in your body, and keep it there under lock and key, and don't let anyone change it. That's what I'm telling you what to do. And that's how you avoid getting brainwashed. And if you still think that I'm just some fat guy mad over nothing, well, maybe you'll listen to someone a little more rational.
Josephus said of Nimrod, listen, quote, he gradually changed the government into tyranny to turn men from the fear of God and to bring them into constant dependence on his power, end of quote. Does that sound familiar?
Oh, shit, yeah, it does.
Out of European history comes the Illuminati. That name means enlightened ones. They were a super secret organization of international financial power brokers in Europe, and they had as their goal a worldwide empire, a new world order. Their leadership consisted, listen, of Satanists and atheists.
Pretty sure this guy's my dad.
They think they are ready to rule the world. Get serious. I agree with the slogan, get America out of the UN and the UN out of America.
Sharing to Facebook.
John Hagee don't miss no meals, pizzas or burgers at all. He definitely doesn't fast.
There's going to be a new world order, and soon. It's not going to be the socialist utopia that self-serving politicians in Washington, D.C. think it is, that the Marxist professors in America's universities are clamoring for. It's going to be a global dictator and absolute slavery for mankind through the Antichrist.
A elfin K is one cornered mint under other Grover and mint. Mints! And my soul isn't Santa, Nick. Hello, sir. You're nice Lawson for people. Please send me cell number.
He will slaughter 1/4 of the Earth's population. He is going to produce 7 years of hell on Earth.
Hail Satan, boo boogaboo. Here's what I know. Biden was on TV with a demon called Bill Nye. Is Biden one too? I think he is.
The Church of Jesus Christ is leaving this earth in something called the rapture. The trump of God is going to sound, and we're out of here.
Not me. I'm sticking around for what I did in Thailand back in '97. So I hope this video helped you understand what Project Bluebeam is, what it's meant for, and how to stop it. And I mean, I did read like most of the original articles, so if you still don't understand, that's on you. Now, in other news, I think I saw that pastor's face shapeshift into a lizard for a split second, so I'm gonna have to call him out. Hey, keep up the great work, brother. I loved you as MODOK in the new Ant-Man movie with that giant football field-sized fucking head of yours. You better hope NASA doesn't find out about your ass, or they're not even gonna need a space hologram. They'll just show a picture of you to convince people that aliens are real. Anyway, I got my suspicions that this sermon was a shadow government psyop because you did a whole lot of talking, but not once did you mention Project Bluebeam or what they're doing to brainwash us. You didn't talk about Northcom trying to put people into FEMA camps. But the most damning evidence that you're just 15 goblins in a three-piece suit is that there will be no rapture. Sergei Monast himself said they have levitation technology to simulate the rapture, this thing that you seem to be so utterly fond of. Well, have fun with your Bilderberg, Bohemian Grove friends next time you guys all meet up to drink baby blood and plot out the next phase of the MCU. I hope the money's worth it, Pastor John, because people are waking up, and we got all the 90-minute unhinged YouTube documentaries to prove it. Yeah, post! All right, now what else we got in the news?
Developing right now, residents in East Palestine, Ohio are under expanded evacuation orders after a 50-car train derailment.
Nah, I don't want to cover that.
The party don't stop, no matter the day. And gay frog acceptance has come
I don't want to
way.
cover that.
Security from shoulder, there's also a mall. And sexy Uncle Davis.
Yeah, hey, so that would be crazy too if they tried to fake the rapture right along with the alien invasion, have like this fake Jesus looking thing come out, and then these fake people getting sucked into the air like holograms, bro. And then everybody, the real people that are left, obviously are gonna be like, oh my God, like I didn't get taken, so now I'm gonna have to deal with this hell on earth and blah blah blah. Like they can do any of this shit, man.
When it's what, everybody? We're all still in it together.
We're all still here. Exactly. Exactly, man. And they fake the rapture. And it's just gonna be crazy, bro. That's how they're gonna get us into the one world. That's the only way that the world will come together, is if we're fighting an alien species, man. Like, and just how Ronald Reagan said it, whatever, like back in the 80s. And they've been planning this shit ever fucking since. And we're at the brink of it right now, like where it's shit's about
We're
to
at the
go
cusp
down.
of it. Damn, that's crazy. I don't know, bro. That's crazy. That's pretty compelling. I mean, you know, considering everything that's going on right now in the world, like it's a fucking shit show everywhere, and this shit would be very easy to pull off in the midst of all this chaos that's going on in the world with all these people that are
And
fucking
see, and
going
I
crazy.
believe this is what they're gonna do when they do it too, when they get everybody to sign, and it's gonna be under one, like he said, a dictator or one world dictator.
Yeah.
And I believe this dictator is gonna be some sort of hybrid that they bring out, and it's gonna be really a hybrid entity that has, you know, like Alien. Like that, yeah, it'll be a one world dictator, and I think it'll be of a human, like a human alien hybrid that'll be over us, basically the Anunnaki. I think they'll put a Anunnaki in charge, and then that's well, basically they'll try to bring in and say that it's we're part of this federal or what do they call it, galactic federation or something, and there's going to be peace, but we have to all come together and do this and work together, blah blah blah. And that's what'll happen, because they'll probably fake the wars, like laser beams and shit, that they already got all this technology, so they'll show us like this alien technology, like maybe destroy one of our cities, you know what I'm saying, to get everybody on board. But there is gonna be death out of this when they do it, you know what I'm saying. There's going to be a lot of destruction.
Well, they'll probably, like it was talking about, you know, bring the world population down
to 8. Yes. Oh yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. Now that you're putting it together, bring it down to 800 million, or even what the
kind of
Georgia
look like
Guidestones.
a tinfoil hat wearer right there for a second,
hey,
Rob.
but listen, no, because the Georgia Guidestones bring the population down to 500 million. Wherever they got that information from, they're saying 800 million. Either way, man, that's a lot of motherfuckers they got to kill, because there's like 7-8 billion people on the planet. So when they do stage this, I think that's when they're gonna break out the pestilence too, man, like the disease, or it's gonna be some type of biochemical that they're saying that the aliens are dropping on us to, you know, and they're gonna stage this shit, bro. Like these ships are gonna be hovering for months and years to come. Like, and there's gonna be this fake war that we never really physically see these aliens, because they're gonna say they look like us. They're shapeshifters. They look like us, and it's gonna be crazy.
So what? That we just live amongst them, and like we were saying earlier, like I'm just gonna walk out my door and look up, and that's just gonna be my life.
Your life. They're gonna bring this into. It's gonna be like into the Star Wars reality now. Like it's gonna shift our whole.
And so what? We just sit here and wait and wait and wait.
Well, I mean, dude, there's gonna be wars. There's gonna be,
because that's the thing. I'm not gonna be waking up, going to work, and fucking, you know, trying to live.
No, they're gonna put us all. They're gonna put us all on universal income, man. When they do this reset, they're gonna put us on this universal income where it's gonna be a whole different system, man. Like we're not gonna have to go to work. We'll basically be slaves, and they'll feed us what they want to feed us, like that Soylent Green shit that they've been talking about. Basically the shit they ate on the damn the ship in the Matrix movie, that little snot looking shit. That's what you're gonna be eating every day. Yeah.
I hope it's not gonna be me, bro. Fuck, god damn it.
Oh, it's
when's all this supposed to happen? 2024.
24, bro. Next year, man. Nah. That seems like a good year. They're ramping it up, but I think it all needs to be in effect by 2030, because there's a thing out there called the what do they call it? The 2030 something, but it's where the government, they have this plan, and it's really going to kick in 2025, where they want everybody by 2020 or 2030 in the one more government. You know what I'm saying? So
that's weird, because that kind of correlates too with like gas and fossil fuels. They want to end fossil fuels by like 2030, 2035.
Yeah.
They don't want to be. They want to be running on
by 2030, dude. by 2030, shit, everything's gonna be different. Like, it's just gonna be a totally different world, man.
Well, I don't know, man. Fuck. Let's see what happens. What do you guys think? Y'all think this is going down? What the fuck is Project Bluebeam? Go look it up. Go research it, man. Go check it out. Go see what it is, because you know, I don't know. It could be a staged event. It could be for real. We don't know. That's the whole thing. We just got to live our lives day by day and just keep it in the back of your mind. You know, you can't always trust what they're throwing at you out there. You know what I mean? You guys have any comments? Go ahead and drop them down below. Let us know what's up. Let us know what you guys think about this. You can catch this episode at What the Fuck America 1529 at YouTube. You can also catch it at What the Fuck America Podcast, Facebook, and What the Fuck America 19 on Twitter. So that's what it is, Rob. Rob seems to think so.
Rob does seem to think so. There will be a fake alien invasion. Y'all stay tuned, man. Keep it real and don't be fooled.
Wake up, guys. All right, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks. Bye-bye now. This show was brought to you by Algen Electric. Experience the Algen Electric difference. And also brought to you by Fuller.com and Marketer.net, a better way to social media. Also brought to you by RAD Pool Guy Pool Services, based out of North Phoenix, Arizona.